Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be making salmon Wellington. And I already have my salmon cleaned, salt, peppered, oiled, and limed here ready for us to start. So right now we're going to start with the stuffing. So to the blender I have kale. You could also use spinach, but because I have kale, I'm going to use kale today. And I already put the kale in here and chopped it up. To this we're going to add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, half of lemon juice, 4 cloves of garlic, 1/3 cup of diced red onion or yellow onion you can use. Oops, I left the clove in there. Dill. I went and bought one of those packages and I used the entire package of dill. By the way, this is a package of dill. It's not much. One-third cup of sour cream. And this is a very easy recipe to make. Okay. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And the reason I'm using mayonnaise is to substitute for egg. If you want to use an egg, you can use an egg. I'm using mayonnaise. 4 artichoke hearts. I have the half artichoke hearts. They're the marinated one that I get at Sam's. Before I add my cheese, I am going to, because I also have blue cheese, 1 cup of blue cheese. You can also use feta cheese. You could use mozzarella cheese. I'm choosing to do blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, substitute it for mozzarella or feta. I'm going to blend this. Mix all together. Okay, I got those parts mixed. We're going to continue adding. I have 1 sprig of spring onions. It's just one sprig I took and chopped it up, and I'm throwing it in here. And then 1 package, which I cut up already, of cream cheese. The entire package. Just make sure you cubed it up and it has to be softened. So you have to leave it out for a couple of hours to get it softened. We're only going to mix it till everything's mixed up, which looks very creamy. Now I'm going to add, the last thing you're going to add is the cheese, the main cheese, which I'm doing blue cheese. 1 cup. You're not going to mix this for very long. Okay? And that's already creamed up. You don't mix it for very long. Let me show you. This is what you want, the consistency you want to see. Okay? Oops. As you notice, I have not put salt and pepper. My salmon already has salt and pepper in it. Because of the blue cheese is very potent and Parmesan cheese is very potent, I did not add salt and pepper because those already are salty vegetable cheeses. Now we're going to get to our phyllo cheese. Your phyllo sheet. You could use puff pastry or you could use phyllo. I'm using phyllo. And then you're going to need your pan. And olive oil, that I have here in my little brush, I am going to brush my pan with olive oil. Brush all that in there. Okay, open up my phyllo. Oh, and they're falling, they're falling. This one's a little broken, so I'm going to save this for the last piece. So you're going to take one sheet, okay, and lay it down. And if it breaks, that's fine. Just layer it on top, like double layer. Okay. See how that looks? And actually going to take this broken one that already broke, and I'm going to put another layer. For every layer you put in, you kind of sprinkle a little oil. Just a little, not much. Just kind of use your brush and brush it out. Add another layer. Like that. Then you brush it a little bit. And add another layer. And it doesn't have to be neat. Just make sure you have 4 layers in the bottom. So I'm going to add one more layer this way. Okay? And then oil that. And oil the bottom too. I forgot to do that. So make sure each layer is oiled up a little bit. Okay? So there I have that. Save these because it's going to be to my topping. So now that I have my salmon here, I'm going to put the salmon, it's already cut up, right over it. Okay? Right on top of that. Once I have that, I'm going to take my filling that I already blended up. Take this out. Clean that up. You know what I wish I had with this? Water chestnut. It would be really, really, really good. Let me put this right there to wash. Okay. You're going to take your spinach and put it right on top. Some people put it on the bottom. I like to put it on the top. On the top of the salmon. That way you could get those flavors in there. And you just kind of cover it up. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. A little bit right here. I don't want to see the salmon. I just want to be all of that filling. And this is where you're going to continue on with your phyllo. Phyllo's very gentle. You got to be very gentle. This is some leftover phyllo I have from when I made spinach pie. So right now I'm just going to be layering it on top of the filling. Just kind of covering it up like this. Don't fold the sides. Like this hanging, don't fold them. Let it hang because we're going to be using that and adding to it at that. So there you go. You got that covered up with phyllo. Oil it up a little bit. Put a little bit of oil. Just kind of sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. You know, pat, pat, pat. And then add Another layer. Ooh, this one's kind of, ooh. Fennel dries up pretty quick too, so it got to be used pretty. See how sensitive it is? Like it breaks apart easy. Just layer it. Even the little pieces, use it. Layer it. Cover it up. See? Cover it up. Grab some more oil, olive oil. And if you don't want to use olive oil, you can melt some butter and do butter. Another layer on top. And now you could do these edges a little bit more. Tuck it in a little bit under. Pat it, you know. Sure everything, it's in there, like a pocket, you know, like you're making your bed. Oil it again. Another layer. Lay it, I'm going to lay it this way this time. There you go. I got one more sheet. I'm going to layer it. Oil this. I have my oven preheating already for 350. There you go. And we are done here. I'm going to just stick these in here. Kind of blend it in. There we go. Oil this. Or the side. Don't forget the sides, guys. Okay. Now we're going to fold it. And oil it as you fold. You want that moist there. If you see any broken pieces, I have a little broken piece here. You could cover it up with more phyllo, which I just did. I have some, you see here, I just kind of folded it into that to cover it up. Take this part, cover it up, fold it in, and oil it. Like phyllo has to stay moist, so that's why you have to oil it. And I'm gonna do this. I'm actually gonna pick it up. See the phyllo? I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna turn it around just so it won't stick. Try to get all that oil in there. See how it gets, and everything's in there. Make sure everything's fine. You should be able to pick it up without the salmon falling off the phyllo. Okay. Now you can make some holes. Kind of cut it a little bit. Be gentle. Let it breathe. Do that. Cut. Make some designs if you want to. I'm just doing a little bit here. So you can see. And then I'm going to do one this way. Just a tiny bit. And that's it. I'm going to stick this in the oven and I will bring it out when it's ready. See you in a minute. Hi everybody. Our Salmon Wellington is ready and out of the oven. I let it rest for about 10 minutes and this is the results right here. So right now we're going to take it out and we're going to cut it up and have us a taste test. Get this all ready to cool out. This is going to be a challenge here. We're going to put this to our cutting board. Voila. Out of the way. And you guys can see here how it looks. This one came a little crumbled, but that's okay. So we're going to cut right here. Now remember, phyllo cheese is a bit, phyllo sheets are very crumbly. So let's cut right here and expand. And there's our salmon in there, perfectly cooked. See? Look at that smoke. And I'm going to put it to a plate. I already had steamed some broccoli and shaved up some smoked provolone cheese. And this is what it's going to get eaten with for lunch. Let me move the broccoli out of the way. Just kind of put that there to make it look pretty. And let's have a taste test and see how this tastes. That is very, very pretty. Looks very good. Just want you guys to see. It's hot. Very good. Perfect. Cooked perfectly. I put it in the oven for 30 minutes. If you don't like blue cheese, use just mozzarella. I like the sharpness of blue cheese, which is why I use blue cheese. You could also use feta if you like feta. But by all means, you don't have to use blue cheese to this recipe. And you don't have to use kale. You could use spinach. I just happened to have kale on hand and it needed to be used, so I used it. It's really good. Oh my God, the salmon is so perfectly cooked and flaky. Look at that. I'm like, ugh, come on. You could sprinkle some lemon or lime on top of it to add a little twang to it. But guys, they're delicious. Very good. So, I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope you make it to your own taste. But this is basically the basics of what I used. If you made it and you follow me step by step on the ingredients portions, you're going to have leftovers. You could bake this, as it is, for about 25 minutes till it's brown on top a little bit. And you could use it as a dip. I'm not going to use it as a dip. I'm actually going to make another recipe which will be posted shortly with this. And it's doing a spaghetti bake with this. And you're going to see how I'm totally going to change the flavor profile of this. So guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe so you can see my next video. And I hope you enjoy. Toodaloo. Have a good one.